Good day, ghouls and beasts. As All Hallows Eve approaches, it is once again time to venture out into the darkness, where things of nightmares lurk. We'll be taking a special tour on a ship that holds a dark history of unexplained occurrences, so there's bound to be a ghostly encounter somewhere on board. So sit back and let our guide tell you some tales of tragedy that just might explain why some of those lost souls remain. But first, we experience our own minor tragedy. Perhaps something doesn't want us intruding on its turf? Welcome to Chasing Landscapes. We're Jack and Mary, and we're full-time RVers, traveling the country and exploring new places. I'm an artist, and we're always looking to capture our adventures on canvas. So come along with us as we go chasing some landscapes. Good morning, everybody. Today, we are heading to the Queen Mary.
What?
Yep, that's where we're going today. So it's going to take us a couple of hours to get there. And what's the high for today there in Long Beach?
86.
All right. Sounds good to me. Anything below 100 degrees outside is fabulous by me.
So, just a tidbit of information. The Queen Mary is where I learned all about the continental breakfast. Yeah, we had after our high school dance, after graduation party, we went to Catalina, and then we came back and we had the continental breakfast at the Queen Mary. And I was so excited. Continental breakfast, that's got to be great. And so we got there and I had a Danish and coffee. I said, okay, where's breakfast?
That was the breakfast.
That's when I learned about the continental breakfast.
Bummer. So it's going to be a fabulous day out here. The sky is clear, the sun is shining, and it's going to be a wonderful day. So we're going to see the paranormal tour today at the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
And I think you have a chance with your general admission to go and take a look around at other parts of the ship. So I'm kind of excited to see that.
We'll be doing all that.
Yeah.
Yes. We
are bringing a picnic lunch with us today, so hopefully we can find a park nearby there and sit and have a nice picnic lunch for the day.
Okay, so once we were at the gas station about to get gas, I suddenly realized I don't have my wallet. So that means we have to go back, but we have an appointment at 11:30 at the Queen Mary. And right now Google is saying we're going to arrive at the Queen Mary at 11:33. So hopefully we can find a way to make some time, or the traffic clears up and everybody go.
As my mother used to say, that's how it is moving west.
Your mother was very wise. We did contact the Queen Mary and let them know our predicament, and they said, well, the best case scenario is we might miss a portion of the tour.
Yeah.
But hopefully that would be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Thankfully, you discovered that you didn't have your wallet.
Yeah, because if we'd have gotten all the way down there, so it was a good thing I needed some gas, because if I didn't need gas, I wouldn't have stopped, and I wouldn't have discovered I don't have my wallet.
Right. So that's our predicament right now.
The good and the bad and the ugly.
Hopefully we can catch up with the tour and we can find them and join them for the rest of the tour.
So me personally, I'm just going to blame Mary.
That's the way it always is. So fingers crossed we make the tour. All right. you guys. We're almost there. No wrong turns.
No wrong turns. I cannot afford a wrong turn.
We're almost there. Where is she? Where is she?
Use the right lane to take the exit towards South Harbor Scenic Drive.
Take the...
To continue on South Harbor Scenic Drive.
What?
I wish they were
Continue on
used
South Harbor Scenic Drive for 3/4 of a
the
mile.
same names
In
as
a
the
quarter mile,
signs.
merge onto Pico Avenue.
They're calling it something different, which is just kind of confusing.
Merge
Yes.
onto turn left onto the ramp to Piers GE Stage J, then merge onto South Harbor Scenic Drive.
This is confusing.
In 800 feet, turn left onto Harbor Plaza. At the light, turn left onto Harbor Plaza. In a quarter mile, make a U-turn.
No U-turn. No U-turn. No U-turn. No U-turn.
Downtown, and it says Queen Mary.
I know what it says.
G, H, and J, she said.
Make a U-turn.
Sure.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Pico Avenue. In 1,000 feet, make a U-turn.
It's right there. And I'm not sure that you'll be able to get through.
At the light, turn left onto I-710 Spur, Queensway Drive. Signs for I-710 North.
Do you know where we're
In a
going?
quarter mile, turn right towards South Harbor Scenic Drive.
All right, there she blows. Unfortunately, we made a couple of wrong turns. We're gonna have to run and see if we can find them.
Being such a large vehicle has its disadvantages.
Yeah, we had to park all the way in the back. Let's go and see if we can find these guys. All right, here we are. Whew. Yeah, that is a submarine.
Well, we got here 15 minutes late. Actually, a half an hour late in comparison to where they wanted to.
Right. So instead of going at 11:30, which we were late for, they're going to allow us to go at 12:30. So we're gonna go take a look around the ship and check it out. Look at this. That is really neat. What's this thing? The Commodore's office. Commodore's office. There's the bar.
Let's go find the coffee shop.
Go to the coffee shop instead.
Yes.
Whew. Look at this. That's really neat. All those boats in the water. Can you imagine walking on this deck when the ship was out at sea?
That would be a great thing.
So cool. The ink spots. Pose for a photo. Let's get some coffee. Okay, we're headed to our tour meetup place. We just had a nice cup of coffee, and so we're on our way.
This ship carried over 811,000 troops to the front lines in Europe. Winston Churchill said that the war ended a whole year earlier because of the efforts of the Queen Mary. They also said that one person every 4 hours died on board the Queen Mary as well. We don't know the exact number, it's part of the British Admiralty's office, but the captain wrote that in his manifest about that many people dying. Now that should be alarming to you, it's a big number, but this ship carried 15,000 to 16,000 each voyage. She normally only carried 2,000 passengers. Where did they sleep? Anywhere they could. In this space, children's playrooms, the pool, up on the decks as well. But coming out of a pandemic, you can understand how a contagion can spread very quickly in a close, confined space. So that should not be a surprising note. Sir Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, also sailed on board our ship. Now, he always stayed in the same room, M119, straight down the hallway here. In the late 1980s, one of our maids was servicing that hallway, and she goes by M119 and she smells smoke. Well, she looked at her manifest, but there wasn't anybody registered in that room, so she got a little alarmed. So she starts knocking on that door, but nobody answered. She used her passkey to grant herself access into that room. When she walked in, she saw a portly gentleman sitting in a red overstuffed chair, puffing away on a cigar. She said, "Sir, I don't know how you got in here, but this is a no-smoking hotel. We take that very seriously on board. You need to put that out, and then let's figure out where you need to go." Well, apparently he didn't like very much, so he took another puff on his cigar, stood up out of his chair, gave her a gruff look, and then vanished into the portrait of Winston Churchill. They say that when you stay in that room, you too could be having a Winston Churchill moment if you smell cigar smoke. I want you to notice what we call the shear of the ship, that banana shape. That's done intentionally because if we were welded together, we would literally just snap going over a wave. This allows her to be able to bow and flex 8 to 10 inches in either direction because we're put together with 10 million rivets. The captain wanted to congratulate his senior officers for the work that they did up on the bridge. He said, "How would you like to have dinner with me tonight?" Which is a big deal. You get to walk through these gold and silver doors, you get to have a wonderful meal, maybe even a cocktail or two. Well, they all said yes. Well, the captain also said, "How would you like to have a pre-dinner cocktail with me down in my cabin?" Well, they all gleefully accepted that offer. The first person to arrive was our senior second officer, William Stark. He asked the captain's tiger, or the steward, for a glass of gin. The tiger looked all over on the bar cart, looked in the captain's galley, could not find a bottle of gin until he looked in his locker and found a full bottle there. He opened up the bottle and poured him a nice big glass. The senior second officer downed a very large quantity very quickly, only to realize that it wasn't gin, but something called carbon tetrachloride. It's a powerful cleaning agent, sometimes known as dry cleaning fluid. Well, the captain finds out that his senior officer just poisoned himself, rushes down and says, "You gotta go see the doctor. Get your stomach pumped, do something." He says, "I'll be fine." Well, the captain brought up the doctor. The doctor says, "I can't force you to have a procedure, but I will tell you this. Don't have a heavy meal. Don't drink any more alcohol. Let's hope that Mother Nature gets that out of you. The best way Mother Nature can." Well, he has a heavy meal, drinks more alcohol. By the time the ship sails into the Southampton harbor, he will succumb to the poisoning and he will die as a result. Most people would have used the stairs right here, but there's a design flaw in the stairs. They're done at a 45-degree angle pointed towards the front of the ship with no landing halfway down. This ship, as it went up and over a wave, that stairs could quickly go from 45 degrees to 90 degrees and then almost seemingly dropping out from underneath you. In 1954, a man was found dead at the bottom of the stairs, Sidney Wayman. Likely it happened as a result of the ship going up and down over a wave. He died from a cracked skull and a broken neck. Most people believe that how it happened was that he was up towards the top, he was launched towards that crossbeam at the top of the stairs, hit his head, and then fell, and when he snapped his neck, he died. 8, one of our tour guides is walking his tour route, and he hears the sound of footsteps coming up alongside of him. When he turned to look, he saw a man dressed all in black coming up the stairs. Once the man in black got to the top of the stairs, it vanished right in front of him. He reported that to the personnel department. They said, "Congratulations, you met the man in black." Now, could it be that I captured Mr. George Sidney Wayman, the man in black? Maybe. If you look hard enough, you'll see what I'm going to zoom in on a second. But when I look at the upper right-hand corner of the staircase, that's what I saw at the top of the stairs.
Elizabeth Taylor. Queen Mary and the Queen Elizabeth. Oh, Lou Costello. Walt Disney. This is very cool. Charlton Heston. James Stewart. This is pretty neat. (1934). You could get lost back here if you didn't know. This thing is huge. And it keeps going.
You know, if you work in the engine room, you never see the ocean. This is all you see.
Yeah.
This is your whole experience.
Is there anybody down here? I see you. Is there anybody back there?
I see a ghost holding a camera.
Wait, it still goes back here. Okay, this is the captain's day room. This is pretty spacious.
So they start cutting corners at the chief engineer's spot.
All right, let's go and see. Oh, snap. Chief engineer. Wah, wah, wah,
Not that it's a bad thing, but it's...
Okay. And come over here to your sink. Where's the toilet? Oh, you have to go outside for that one.
Maybe so.
Yeah, you do. It's back here. They all have to share this bathroom, but here you are. Look at these huge chains. This is my hand. Huge. There's the front of the ship. There's more chains. There's where the spruce goose used to be, in that giant dome. But it's gone now. Right, you guys, see that building with the red top roof on it? That's where Jackie took me on our first date. Oh, I love him. I love him so much. And now we're going to reenact the Titanic. Getting ready for Halloween. they're setting up for Halloween out here too. El Diablo. All right, you guys. We had an excellent time there at the Queen Mary. Did you like the tour?
I liked the tour. The ghost tour was very fun and amusing.
Yeah.
I had a really good time here again.
Yeah. Our tour guide used to be a teacher, so he was a good storyteller and he was pretty amusing. And we had a great ghost tour with him. It was a fun day out at the Queen Mary. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you on the next adventure, okay?
So at the beginning of this story, you might recall that we were stopping for gas, but I forgot my wallet, so we had to go back. And then we started running late. And so therefore, we never got gas. And this is where the true scary part of this story comes in at. Okay, so by the time we got to the Queen Mary, we were in need of gas for sure. And so when we left, the first place we had to go is to a gas station. Well, Long Beach, California is not known for cheap gas. This is how much we paid for it.
Do you have a question, comment, or suggestion? Please let us know. We like talking to you. We'd sure appreciate you liking and subscribing to our channel. Be sure to hit the notification bell, and please share with your friends.